Welcome back to Ubud, Bali, where I explore amazing natural wonders, eat lots of delicious food, and experience a little bit more of what this incredible place has to offer. If you haven't been here before, hi, my name's Eowyn, I'm 22, from New Zealand, and I've been travelling Southeast Asia for the past 5 months. The last 2 weeks I've been in Canggu and Ubud, and I'm continually discovering new things as I go. After my morning coffee at Shining Hope, it was time to go for a walk. Now, everyone knows about the Kampukan Ridge Walk, however, there is another rice field walk slightly closer to town that is free and I think is a lot nicer than Settling because I didn't actually even go there because I knew that it would very much be a tourist hotspot and this place almost no one goes to. It's almost right in the centre of town and it's amazing because you go from all the hustle and bustle with the traffic to this quiet rice field with only a few people around and some locals working. I went for many different walks in this area as there's actually lots of different pathways that you can follow. There's also some accommodation right out the back, and I have to say, if I was coming back to Ubud, I would definitely want to stay out here as it was so lovely and so quiet compared to the rest of the area. And at times, it felt like something straight out of a Studio Ghibli film. After my walk, I went to one of my favourite spots in Ubud for lunch, which is Juice Jar Cafe. I got a smoothie and the tuna steak, which was just flat out impeccable. It then actually rained the entire afternoon, so that was most of my day. The next morning, I took a grab out to Manuba Waterfall, which is around 30 minutes out of the town centre. There were only a couple of people who had signed in at the entrance before me, which is where you pay the 20,000 entrance fee.
Cave of Doom. Cave of Doom, there's even a spider in front of it.
Maybe it was just because of the rain, but this place was magical, everything so lush and green, the sun filtering through, it was absolutely incredible. The loop walk takes maybe half an hour and there are actually 2 waterfalls. The first one is a small one that comes out of a hole in the rock and you can't swim at it, but it is super cool to see. This was actually the first time I had seen a waterfall in Bali, and I know that there are far more impressive ones, but it was still an amazing experience as no one else was around. From here, I headed back through to Livingstone Holy Ground, which is probably one of the most amazing cafes I have ever been to. The layout, design, and aesthetic choices of the cafe were remarkable, but additionally, the food was indescribably amazing. I got a burnt Basque blueberry cheesecake and a Biscoff milkshake, and these were easily two of the best things I have eaten in my entire life. I'm not joking. I would absolutely recommend coming here, even though it is on the expensive end of the price range for Ubud. For the last few days that I was in Ubud, I didn't do too much other than recording what I ate, as I was planning my interrail trip around Europe, and that did actually take up quite a lot of time. However, I did eat some amazing food, including some mulberry lemon and ricotta pancakes, and some Indonesian food as well, which was remarkable. I also went back to Livingstone Holy Ground and got a Crothin and a Biscoff coffee as well, which was amazing. I went for quite a few walks, but spent most of my time offline and away from the cameras, so henceforth it's mainly just food footage here because I had to eat each day. Next week I'm heading down to Uluwatu, so I hope you'll tune in for that vlog, as I also do an incredible day trip to Nusa Penida. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Toodles!